All right, if you're under 30 like Rachel and you've been struggling to buy your first home, how do you do it? Well, watch this video and we'll break down some of the key expert tips so you don't miss out. And Rachel, you should watch it. All right.
Start saving from the day you finish school. That's a tip number one. It's very hard for young adults to save, after you get your first job, then you move out of home. There's a lot of distractions and this newfound freedom. So it makes it harder for them to focus and to save. So it's very important for us as parents to start telling the children to save from as young age as possible. They actually stand based on studies. The perfect age is to start from 9 years old. That's what they're suggesting. So, always put, if you're somebody that's just got a job, always put some savings away from your very first job, even if it's as little as 10% of your earnings. Set a budget. When you're a little bit older, when you spend money on shopping, look for deals like vouchers, discount codes, cashback offers, and avoid credit cards. That's the biggest trap for all of us, not just for youngsters, but also for us as well. Number two, use a parental guarantor. So, obviously most parents want to see their children and help their children to afford, to buy into a property. So most of the parents are fortunate enough to have a house that has over the years developed substantial equity that you can use part of that equity to help your children without having to use cash. So, this is not as risky as many people might think. Obviously, the number one factor is you've got to make sure that your children can afford to make the repayments. As long as they can afford to make the repayments, there's really zero risk. Also, before you start this arrangement with them, have a very good chat and have an entry and exit arrangement. For an example, how long this loan is going to be for. So if you're going to be a guarantor, you can put in the contract of sale that I guarantor the 10% deposit, and that would be the first thing that will be paid off before anything else. So it's doesn't have to be a commitment for the 30-year, for the life of the loan, so to speak. Number three, live at home for longer, because that helps you save. So for an example, if you stay longer at the family home, you can save as much as $30,000 or $40,000 on average per year. This is 3-4 years of deposit fast-tracked. It's like your health. Most young people like to go to the gym once a week, and you stick to the same plan. So it's the same thing with saving. Stick to a plan, make a plan, and stick to it. Weekly, monthly plan. While you stay at home with your parents, the money you save, put some money aside every week and stick to it. Number four tip, one of my favorite, rent vest. So most people want to buy a property in the suburb they grew up or in their ideal location that they want to live in, but financially, it's out of the risk. So the best advice for all those people, rent in the suburb that you want to live, but buy a property in a suburb that you can afford. Rent that property out and create income. Number five, invest with a friend or a family member. So we see many siblings combining their savings for a deposit and buying a property together. One of my favorite sayings is 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing. Now, of course, as all joint ventures go, there can be complications down the track. So just make sure you discuss and have an exit plan before you enter into this. Now, my final tip, drop the ego about where you want to buy. So a lot of people worry about what others might think when it comes time to making, a purchase. Stop worrying about that and think about what makes a financial sense. Your first property doesn't have to be your dream home or your forever home, but use it as a stepping stone. What you need to help you achieve your end goal and get where you desire to be. Use the long-term approach.